Good morning. Let's see here. Just sending invites real quick. I think it's connecting right now. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was having trouble with
What's
my bunch of
up?
headphones. I got new little buds. Didn't know how to use them. I just sent the invite. Oh, for Fetch también.
How was your week?
Mm. How about yours?
Can't complain. It
I
was a
know,
long
right?
week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe it timed out. Let's try this again. There we go. Hey, girl.
Hey,
Good morning.
Hey.
Oh,
okay, there you go. Had to get
there
my
we go.
headphones in.
Yeah, I was fighting with mine. I just got them because I usually use the plug-in.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't figure out how to use them.
Mhm.
So, anyways, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having
Thank you for
me
hanging
join
out
you
with
guys.
us.
Yeah.
Of course, of course. I'm excited. I mean, we always get to hear about like what you're doing and how you started, but I kind of want to get a little bit deeper into all of that. So I'm
Oh,
excited that you're
fun.
here today with us.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I'm gonna get all
dig.
psychological.
Yeah. All right. I mean, listen,
Oh,
I could use the
Jesus.
help.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
lie, I
was
could use the
thinking
help.
about like what?
I'm not gonna lie, I could always use the help. Dig, pry away. Maybe I'll discover something about myself.
I know, right? Same here. I've done that like each interview, I feel like I find something else out. Like I don't realize, I don't piece stuff together. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So I was thinking about like your style and thinking about how it's just transformed over the time, right? And I was like, dude, I'm wondering how much acid have you done? Because it's like every piece, it's like so many fucking elements and so much movement and it's just like, what? How do you piece it together? It's just brilliant.
Well, thank you. That's really, really kind. But I've actually never done drugs. So, so I don't do drugs. That dance program when I was a kid
I'm
was
like,
really drilled
wow,
into my head.
just the fact that you come up with, oh, same here. Yeah, that's why it's like this is what I picture acid would be
Yeah.
like how they
If
say
I were
people are
high,
like melting and all that.
yeah. I feel like if I were high, this is what it would look like.
You'd be producing. This is your sober brain. Okay.
Yeah, this is me. I think this is just my crazy brain, just the way I think of things, just coming out. So it has nothing to do with any type of outside stimulation. It's just my weird brain.
Okay.
I guess the way I describe it is like when my husband asked me, because I have really good like photographic memory. Don't know where I got it. It's just me. And I feel I look at things in like layers in my head, right? So like it's like going through a filing cabinet, digging through stuff. That's kind of
Hmm.
how I see things. So when I create, that's kind of how I see it. I see it in layers, or like if you're in Photoshop and you're building layers, I see it the same way. I don't know. That's just
Oh,
how
okay.
like I put things together in my head. I really don't know where it comes from. I wish I had a straight answer like, "Oh yeah, I like things melted and gross and kind of cute." It just feels right. Um,
So do you kind of let it flow or do you create mock-ups or how what's your approach normally when you're going through and designing a piece?
Depends. So sometimes I like to have a clear, like, okay, this is what I want to do, and I'll pick it up. it takes me. So that's it. It depends on the project.
Okay. Yeah, that still doesn't, that's insane. Yeah, I'm like, I could never see, yeah, I would love to see the designing part. For me, it's chicken scratch. Like I will draw
Mm,
and it'll be a mess and I can kind of make it out and then I'll build on that. But most of the time, I usually try to do the freehand and then I'll clean it up. So
got it.
it's cool to
Okay. So
see how, yeah,
you like to get it down and then kind of refine it. That's like your way, right?
yeah, yeah, but you can't
Mhm.
even tell what it is.
Got
Like
it. To
you
you
can't
though,
make
you could
out
tell.
what, yeah, that's true, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I get,
So
yeah, I
that's
don't know.
pretty,
I think to do what we do sometimes we all have to be a little bit nuts, like just a little bit crazy, just that's why we're
yeah,
artists, right? We don't quite think like others. So
yeah.
I don't know. It just I don't, it just whatever comes, I just put it out there. And so that's why
Yeah.
every piece can kind of be similar but different. It all depends. Sometimes I like to push my boundaries a little bit. I like to test new things. I'll be like, okay, I want to let me see if I can add this
Mhm.
element that I've been wanting to try, and I'll experiment. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it not. Or
But
you
that's
just
what's
don't relate
unique
it
to
to me.
each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody has kind of like their style, I guess. Like I don't know. I get nervous with saying that sometimes because I'm like, man, I don't want everybody to know that all I do is just drips all the time. You know what I mean? Because I love the drip look, but there's other things I want to try
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like
Yeah.
the pieces that you did for Bubble Wrap. Two totally different, because it was just the two, right? So far?
The retro wave ones,
For
right?
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, those were
And it's
different.
like you
Yeah, those I
incorporate,
tried.
yeah.
Yeah. That was multiple layers of work. Yeah. So that was like, yeah, that was working from like the ground up kind of. Yeah. So, yeah, those were fun. I like doing those.
Uh, Yeah, those were gorgeous.
Mm.
And
So
then
when you
thinking
are
about like,
attempting to do something outside your comfort zone, you build on it instead of just going through your filing cabinet.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I kind of just research a little bit. Let's say I want to try a different sculpting technique, right? I'll look into it. I'll watch videos of like sculpting or whatever technique I want to learn. I'll really observe it and then I'll just go for it and see what happens. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you don't know that side because you only see the final. You don't know the screaming
yeah.
and the frustration on the other side,
Oh, yeah.
but it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's
so
there.
well,
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Trust me. There have been moments where it's like like a day or two left, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure you felt that too.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, and some
Yeah.
pieces it's like you have to kind of let them come to you naturally. Like you, for me, I'll be experimenting with a new style or a new concept, and then I'm just like, okay, this piece is gonna sit because I'm gonna throw it at the wall right now. I'm gonna leave it
Right.
alone until I can come back.
Yep. Exactly. But what I like so much about your work is that I love how you incorporate your culture into it a lot of times. Like I could feel it, and which I love because that's something I can't really tap into too much. So I love that you can do that sometimes with your pieces, and I can feel that. Which is what, and you have like such clean lines, man. That you get those little micro details that I admire so much.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think each of us kind of have our own. And even though, like you said, you're not just drips, you've got all
Mm.
these different elements, and you can clearly tell when it's a fetch piece, even if it's not a melted.
Really? Yeah.
Hmm.
it's
I
the
think so for
the
sure.
colors of that you
Oh,
use, the vibrancy.
Hmm.
yeah, and it's
Exactly.
funny because I'm not like super into wearing color, but with my art, I want color and I want lots of it, and I want it to be super bold and strong.
Oh,
I
let's
want to be
see,
loud.
black. Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
same way. I'm like, I want it as a person, all black. My art is all
Hmm.
of
Oh
it.
yeah. Exactly. Everywhere.
Today's the
Yeah.
very first day I'm wearing color.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You're like, today I'm wearing it. You're ready for summer.
Yeah.
I see it already.
I know.
Oh, I'm not
So
at
No,
all.
no.
how?
No.
No? No
You
yet?
don't like summer?
Oh my gosh. You guys have like a humid weather
I,
over there, don't you?
This weather's
yeah,
weird.
it's
Yeah.
disgusting. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. We're always the opposite. Like, I feel like I'm more active in the winter months, and then by summer, I hide. I don't
Mhm.
want to be outside. Yeah. It's nasty. It smells like garbage. It's gross.
Oh
Like this
no.
weekend was the first nice weekend in I don't know how long.
Nice. Yeah, I think for us, it's not that humid. It's usually like a drier, so I don't mind the summer months.
No, the heat over there is nice. I like it.
So,
Here, not so
like
much.
thinking of, oh, I know, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, I wonder what it's like over there.
Humid.
Any word on 5 points? Are you doing? Is it? Yeah, see?
I don't know. I'm still waiting. I reached out to them again about 5 points. I applied. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. So I would love to work 5 points, but haven't heard anything yet. So we'll see. Have you heard anything yet?
Yeah. Mm-mm. Same thing. I
Yeah.
applied, but we'll see.
Yeah. We'll
It's
see.
like I don't know if there's enough room, if they're waiting to see how many vendors are gonna back out or what.
Right, because this is back from like 2 years ago. So I don't know who's still going to be involved. And so I'm down.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm ready,
And I
but
think they're still trying to figure out going to be sponsoring it or something. Like the regular sponsors were kind of like iffy.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I know they just announced that new location they found. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, have you ever been to
Yeah.
5 Points before, Priscilla? Have you ever actually been to that event before?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. Decon was my first convention.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have no clue what to
That's a
expect.
big one to take in so fast.
I know, right? Yeah. So I'm excited for more. Yeah, but I have no
I'm
clue
ready.
what it, yeah. I'm actually, I mean, I'm ready, but I'm not ready. Like I would
Oh,
need to
I
hurry
mean,
up and
like
hustle.
with material, I'm not ready. I got nothing, but I'll be ready.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. We'll be ready. We'll be
we'll
screaming at our
be ready.
pieces.
Hmm. We'll be ready.
Exactly.
I think Midtown is one of the sponsors, but I do believe they have other sponsors as far as like breweries because they get like special beers made for the show. So I think it's a couple of other people.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least it's gonna finally happen, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would only attend if I'm actually able to booth,
Right.
because then at least that way
Yeah.
I'll focus on everything else that I've got. How do you balance everything? Like even with working and then arting and then family, it's like how?
Wow, that's the $1 million question. I don't.
Yeah, because it's like, and your
I
husband
don't.
too. Oh my gosh.
I don't. Yeah. Well, I guess it helps that my husband's also a creative person too. So I think we understand each other's crazy, and we
Mhm.
understand each other's schedule. So sometimes working till late hours isn't weird. You know what I mean? And we kind of give each other the space we need. So when he's working on something and he needs to be left alone, like he's left alone. Like, I handle it. And then when it's opposite and he sees I'm on a time crunch, he lets me be and then I handle it. It's
Mhm.
just it's a balancing act. It's finding every little second of the day to try to do what I can do. And honestly, I don't feel like I have it together most of the time. Sometimes I'm just like, I can't do this. This is too much. Like, how am I gonna have a regular life and then work and do what I want to do that makes me happy? And then it's hard. I mean, I wish I had an easy answer, but I don't. I just figure it out as I go every day. And some days it's successful, and some days it's completely not successful. That's all I can do. You know, I've been there so many times, so stressed out and thinking I took on too much, you know. So, but then I want to do it because I want to do it, and I'm insistent with myself, and I'll be like, I'm going to do it whether I go insane, but I'm going to do it. So it's I don't know. I don't. I mean, you know, you have your stuff going on too. I'm sure you have your struggles too to try to balance it all out.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm more of a drill sergeant here. It's like I'll give the
Are you?
schedule. I'm like, okay, guys, this is what we're doing, and then we're free. It's
I
like,
admire that. I should probably be a little bit more strict.
well, they'll still
I've
try
heard
and
it happen.
yeah, she has. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's helped a lot in getting things because then it's like for my girls too because I'm working so much. I go from one job to the next, right? I go straight
Right.
into it and then, you know, we'll stop for breaks, for foods or for whatever it is, walking the dog. And so it's like a lot of the times if I don't get back on track, then I'll get distracted. And so it's like, okay, guys, we're going to do this until this time, or we're going to do this at this time. And so at least they have an idea. Okay, she'll be done after this, or, you know,
Right.
and so they kind of are patient with it.
So that was my next question. Like, how
But
do
yeah,
they feel about that? Like, they're pretty okay with you. Like, they're not too hard on you.
no, they're so, well, sometimes I think with like if I, because I keep my own like my own schedule, even though I'll have show deadlines or event deadlines, I'll kind of keep my own because I'm trying to juggle so many things at once. And so if one of those fall behind, then they know it's going to like have a domino effect. That's kind of where
Mm.
I'll hear it. And I'm like, I know, we were supposed to go to the movies tonight. Now we got to reschedule. So that's kind
Yeah,
of the thing that, but then they like
I
start
get it.
negotiating and it's like, well, I should get this now because, and it's like, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Guilt sets
Yeah,
in
I've
and I'm
heard
like,
that
my
okay,
kid does
too.
fine.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. Like, I don't know how that works out.
From home still?
The
What
what?
was that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Are you currently working from home still, or did you ever work from home to be able to balance out work, art, life?
Yeah, that happened actually when my daughter was born. So I used to work a full-time corporate job as a graphic designer, and I did that for many, many years. And then once I had my daughter, my husband and I decided that I was going to stay home and work from home and be with her, so we wouldn't have like someone raising her. We didn't want like, you know, because we don't have any family here, like anybody to help us. So it was just us. So yeah, I decided to work from home from then on. So I freelanced for many years at home before I even got into the toy stuff. Once I started really getting involved into like the toy stuff that I really wanted to focus on, my husband was like, okay, just focus on this right now. Don't take anything else on and just focus on growing this. And that's how we kind of do it. Yeah. So this is like full time for me right now, which is
Arting
great.
is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
long ago did you make that transition? Oh my gosh, that's super exciting.
I mean, yeah, it's not 100% full because I still take on jobs here and there, but for the most part, maybe about like two years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a That's a whole nother balancing act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
just
That's
thinking about like
fantastic,
how,
though.
trying to make it work. I'm pushing hard.
yeah, you're definitely making it work.
So I'm sorry,
It's, and
I
then
didn't
just
hear
like
you guys
seeing,
said it broke up.
oh, go ahead. Yesy, were you talking?
I just thought that was fantastic, though, that she's making the switch to wanting the art full time, because it's a hard switch to make, I'm sure.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, you don't got money flowing in like that. You know, you have to work, and you know, it's about figuring yourself out. Like, I don't want to be overcharging. I'm still learning a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So there's many times when I'm like, man, should I be doing this? Like, this is gonna be hard, but I want to do it, right? So we only have one life. We have to make the most of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
you've been doing that really well. It's like even the collab that you did with your husband. What's his account again? A
AKA Dope.
AKA Dope. There
AKA
we
dot
go.
Dope.
Yeah, there we go. I'll at him real quick. But it's like, seeing that project just was insane. The detail,
You're talking about the
the depth.
ampersand one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
This
was
one,
just
I
like,
actually have it on my desk
how?
right now.
Oh, you
That
have
one?
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
have it on my desk. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not hollow,
This was
it's
fun.
solid, right?
No, it's solid resin. Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
This was fun.
Look at that.
I had a few struggles with that one, messing up a few molds and stuff, but I figured it out.
How many parts is it, the
Yeah.
mold?
It is one solid. I'll show you. It's one
No, one
solid part.
solid?
So, yep, comes out one solid
Oh,
piece.
okay.
See that?
I would have never thought.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, it's cutting out. I heard part of you developed carpal tunnel, but I think it's freezing. Oh, there you are. Did we get you back? Okay, there you are.
Oh, I don't know what happened. Sorry. I was like, what happened? Yeah.
You were saying that you
Yes.
developed carpal tunnel from working on that piece, or?
Yeah, yeah. You know what it was? It was like pushing each one out, and I did how many? Wait, do you remember how many we did the first run? What was it, 25? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we did like 25 of them. So
Wow,
yeah, it was
25.
cranking them out, and then with resin you got to clean them up, all that stuff. So it was I mean, I cranked it out, and it did really really well. But it definitely sold a little bit, obviously more to his field because he does
Mhm.
typography stuff like that. I was just
Yeah,
more like I'll do the resin part for you.
yeah. It's insane. I'm like thinking about how, yeah, each piece was so clean, and it's like how?
All right, you want the truth? Here we go. So
Let's hear
they come out. They
it.
come out not looking the greatest, right? Edges are all fucked up. So, sometimes you got to clean them up. So I literally would take like a board of wood and I would wrap sandpaper on it and I would take it flat, sand it down, the cleanest I could get, right?
Mhm.
And then if like a few little edges, maybe we had some little bubbles or whatever, I'd literally go in there manually with some resin, just fix it, sand it down, clean it again. And that's literally how I had to handle each piece,
Each
so.
one.
I mean, they came
Wow.
out pretty
Wow.
clean, but there's always some cleanup afterwards. And I'm
Oh,
no
good.
pro at casting. I'm still very new to it. I've only casted a few things, so I'm still learning.
Yeah. Murderbird asked if you guys work together to help each other out. So,
Yes, we do. We do work together. My husband doesn't know much about the sculpting and all that stuff, but he sometimes is just visual eyes. Sometimes I just tell him, "Hey, how's this look? What do you think of this? Like, do you think I should try that?" And he'll voice his opinion, which really helps a lot. As far as me, I don't do typography like that, so he kind of just does the same thing. He'll be like, "What do you think? Does this look right? How's the spacing? So we kind of work with each other that way, just
oh,
kind of
that's
visual
good.
eyes. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, that's still helpful. At least you have somebody to bounce ideas off of, and
yeah. Well, I mean, that's how our
I
relationship
think
kind of
that
started.
outside source is helpful.
Yeah, when you have somebody else that's not staring at it all day, look at it for you and be like, maybe this, maybe try that, so it does help.
yeah.
I mean, but that's how we kind of met. We met in college and we were friends and we used to work together. Like, we studied graphic design together. So we always kind of worked that way together. So it kind of just evolved over the years.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see the direction you both went. Was like
Hmm.
two totally.
It's funny because we started kind of the same. We both worked in apparel for doing graphic design, like graphic
Uh,
tees, things like that. He kind of stuck with it as like his day job, but then he wanted to focus on just doing lettering, which has always been his thing. So yeah, we kind of branched off, but not
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the lettering too. Yeah, I admire anybody that like starts to master their niche, and I feel like that one's insane too.
Yeah, I watch him draw sometimes, and I'm like, man, like I mean, I get the concept, I get the idea, the principles of lettering and how it works, and and I like how I see him follow that practice, but then he breaks it, like he'll break the rules a little bit, and it's really always cool to see. I mean, he's super
Yeah.
talented. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning, I was super intimidated. I was like, man, I was like, he's way above my level.
And then he probably makes it look so easy too, on top
Yeah,
of it.
he's like, I hate you so much. It's like you're so good.
Yeah. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm sure
what?
he feels the same way about you and your art.
Yeah, he does. He does. He says the same thing. He goes, I can't do what you do. He goes, this is crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, we balance each other out, I guess.
Yeah. Has he done any sculpting?
No, no, he hasn't. I do tell him to mess around with it sometimes, but no,
No.
no,
Yeah.
no. I think his thing is he'll do the
He's leaving
lettering.
that to you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, okay, he goes, yeah,
Everybody has their
that's
strong
everything.
suit.
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He's like, I'm leaving the casting up to you. Dude, how many pounds do you think that mold is? That thing is massive.
Ooh, I don't know. Let's
Like, do you
see.
think that's your largest mold? You just had me thinking because I
Yes.
have my first and my largest mold right here too. That is your largest?
I think yes, I think it is my largest at the moment. But yeah, I don't know how much this weighs. I'm gonna say this weighs about 5 pounds, maybe, maybe a little bit more.
This is my largest mold, guys. Nobody judge.
I'm ready. Holy crap! Oh my god! Holy cow! That's
What
huge.
is
Big in my head.
What is it? A two-part
what
mold?
is it?
It was a one-part mold. I did not know what I was doing, and I kept pouring, and I was like, oh, I underestimated how much it needs. And once you start, you can't stop. So I just kept going.
Damn. Yo, how much does that weigh?
Dude, you guys, I have a scale. Hold on, let's see.
Holy cow!
I'm gonna find out right now. I didn't even
Yeah,
think
for real.
about that.
Red says like it's
I
like
love how
23
everything's
pounds.
right there right now.
Oh yeah, everything's right here in the vicinity. Okay, guys, I can only set. Oh, here we go. Is it okay if I'm measuring grams? Because that's the only thing my scale is set at right now.
Okay.
I say 15 pounds.
You vote 15. I'm gonna say I'll go 10. How about
Okay,
that?
who knows how to convert grams? Because it is 4,200 grams.
Holy crap!
I
All right, I
mean,
got
I
a
don't
converter
know.
right here. Hold on.
Okay, trying to
I was
figure
about to
out.
look it up.
Oh, here we go. I think I figured it out.
Oh,
Pounds.
okay.
Almost 10 pounds. Nine,
I
nine.
won.
Yeah.
Wow, that is heavy. And then you put the resin in there. Holy cow!
Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, I did not know what I was doing. When I made that, I think like three pieces in. I was using I love this brand, but sometimes I think maybe if I either have it oxygenated or if I have it exposed to heat, because I keep them in separate little like ketchup dispensers when I'm using them instead of carrying them in that massive gallon, so that way it's
Right.
easier to
That's
dispense.
smart.
But you have to use them right away, otherwise, you compromise it. And so like I think three in, I forgot, maybe I either left it out, without sealing the top, and it was just gush.
Oh
So
no.
imagine having to clear out all the cracks, and it was black
Oh.
resin, and it was just like tar. So
Oh
yeah,
no.
definitely a lot of learning curves in this process,
We've
right?
all been there. Have you ever gone through the moment where you
Yeah.
pour resin and it spills all over the floor? Because I've been there.
Because you didn't seal it?
Yes.
Yes, I've done
All
that.
over. I was like,
Oh my
great.
gosh.
I was like, I just
It's
spilled
like,
resin
Oh
all over my
no.
floor.
oh my gosh, with my pressure pot, I've had it just seep through because the same thing. And I'm like, what the? And you actually got the proper pot, right? You've got the
I just
pressure
bought,
pot.
yeah, a pressure pot, which was
How has that
something.
been?
Oh my God, I love it. If you haven't gotten one, I definitely recommend one because when I was first casting my bunnies, like the zombie bunnies in the beginning, I didn't have that. So I ran through a lot of issues with like bubbles and stuff like that. And then I would have to go and manually like fix them, and which was such a waste of my time, honestly. So once I got the pressure pot, that changed things. But that's also
Yeah.
a learning curve too. You have to figure out the right pressure for the right, mold. And but once you get the hang of it, like, it's not bad. It's great actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I even
It's like learning the 3D printer that Priscilla has that hasn't started learning yet.
Oh, wow.
Still in the box. Yes.
Well, now you got to take it out.
Decon.
Man, that's a whole nother like thing to tackle, right? 3D printing.
Well, it's like for me, it was funny because last weekend Michelle was like, I was scared of the air compressor, and she was kind of seeming embarrassed. I'm like, no, dude, I had an airbrush machine for like 2 years, and I was scared of the compressor too.
Oh, me too.
It's not
me
even
too.
a pressure pot.
Yeah. Oh, it took me forever to like get an airbrush.
Yes.
It took me years. I was terrified. I was terrified of a compressor. I was like, oh my God, I live in an apartment. I'm gonna blow this shit up. It's gonna be bad. I go.
Exactly. And that's been the process with each new machine that I've incorporated. And then it's like with my pressure pot, I converted a paint tank because that's how some of the other guys started, right? And so I was like, you know what? They tell me, everybody that I talked to has told me it's easy. I'm going to go for it. And I didn't know that I had a faulty one at the time, but I kept taking it apart and reconstructing it, taking it apart and rebuilding it like 4 or 5 times before I realized it's a faulty emergency valve.
Oh, man.
So it's like by then I knew the machinery, but it's still not as clean or as flawless as like seamless. There you go. As actually having a pot that's made for that. So I'm really
I look at it
contemplating.
like I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to use a pressure pot for cooking her beans, and then one year she decided to put the wrong beans in there, and that shit exploded all over the kitchen, right? So
Oh my gosh.
I was terrified of those things. I was like, okay. I was like, we're not doing that. I was like, we're not doing that. And then I remember even when I was learning how to cook and stuff, she got me a pressure pot and I was using it and I was like, yeah, these things terrify me. So I was stood away from all that stuff for so long. But then once I really noticed how to use a pressure pot, it's actually not bad at all. You're literally just introducing pressure, and as long as it's closed tight and it's good, you're fine.
Well, see, for me, it was the fact that I didn't build it to be sealed that I felt safe because it would just lose pressure. And I'm like, okay, you'll never go above what you're supposed to. You'll never explode on me. But now I need, so it's like I need to be braver about it, terrified of the beans.
I do, yeah. Terrified. I mean, I love beans, but not in a pressure pot.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
please.
I could never.
Yeah. What a memory, man. I remember I was in the back. I was a kid, and I remember just hearing this like explosion right in the kitchen. And I walk in, and then there's like beans all over the stove, all over the ceiling. It's like all black. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
And then I remember my mom said something like, oh my God, your dad's going to kill me. Like something like that. And I was like, oh wow, this is bad. This is bad.
Did she get it clean before he came home or no?
Yeah, he did. She did. But like, I mean, he still knew there was like a burn mark on the damn ceiling. Like you can't hide that.
Yeah.
Yeah, spackle the walls before he comes home. Like, no,
I
he
know.
knew, but it was one of those things. It was just like we couldn't believe it. So yeah, pressure pots have never been my friend, but this is different than that. Obviously, I say just quality. Get a good quality pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a spot not too far from here, and I was contemplating driving up to pick one up soon. So we'll see. I'm gonna end up using the new machine before I use my 3D printer. That's okay. Still scary.
Do you know how to use the program? How to use like a 3D program?
For the well, I mean, I'm doing Nomad.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm getting used to these.
But you have the AirPods?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like them? I haven't bought those yet.
Well, no, they're not the Apple ones. They're the JBL, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, this is a trip. I'm like, I can walk around and move.
Feel free.
Yeah, no, I've been doing Nomad. I'm still working on and I feel like I'm going through the process a lot faster because I noticed too with me, with my own platform, coming up with my own, like I know I've got burrito and octopug, but I want to produce more, and I want to go in different styles and different groups. And so if I was sculpting this, oh my gosh, it would be taking forever by hand. I mean, if I was
Right.
actually,
Yeah.
because then you've got to wait for epoxy to cure, and I work in batches. So it's like I'm going to work on this side of the face and then work my way. That would just be insane amounts of time.
Right.
And I feel like with Nomad, it's a lot faster for me to rule out a piece. I'm like, nope, I think I'm over this design. Let's go with another. So
Got
the
it.
rough draft process is going a lot faster.
Well, I like that. That sounds good.
Yeah. So I think after that, I think the software to actually print it supposedly is easy. That's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
It like builds its own structures.
Oh,
But then I
okay.
see nightmare stories where people are printing stuff and it's not actually going anywhere or not doing anything, and it's just turning into a mess inside of the tank. And then it's like, I don't know if there's fumes. I don't know where to set it up. I'm thinking about all this stuff.
No,
Oh,
I don't blame you. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you got to look at your safety too. Like, you don't want to be making weird things that make you pass out in a room or something.
Exactly, right? Then I'm going to be drawing melty pieces.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
You're going to be like, hey, that's my territory, Priscilla. What do you want?
What are you smoking?
3D resin.
Resin.
Just getting high on resin.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's a whole nother beast I haven't even touched yet, which I would love to learn the 3D printing. I haven't done that yet, but that's definitely on the list eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get to it. Maybe by DCon this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to do it at least once.
Okay.
Just once.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. At least once.
At least once, and see if you like it.
Yeah. Because it's like I think about how well, I guess it's not silly. It's like in the moment, right? Like with your story with the beans. With me, I don't have any situation apart from not knowing the way shit works.
Yeah.
And I don't have the patience to figure it out. So that scares me. It's like, if it's supposed to have a PSI here and I'm not paying attention, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, I don't trust myself. And so I think back on like the airbrush. I use it all the time, but it's like I was petrified, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel kind of silly. Like now that I've actually learned through it, it's not as scary as it felt.
Yeah,
So
it's amazing. It's amazing what fear can do to you, right? It can really hold you back. And then you look back at it and you're like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like,
right?
It wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just educating yourself.
It's all the new learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
and I think getting past that, like you said, the fear or the reservation you have anytime you're approaching something new.
Yeah.
I think that's it too.
Yeah, because those things creep into
It's the same when you learn how to ride a bike or learn how to drive or learn to cook. Like, it's all the same kind of fear because you've never done it before.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, it's just kind of getting past that initial fear and doubt that you put in yourself because, we're so hard on ourselves every day. And then, you know that, okay, if I learn enough, what's the worst that can, I mean, obviously bad things can happen, but like,
beans.
Let me beans can happen. So. But hey, that's her fault. She didn't know.
Well, that's the point. Without the beans, you don't learn what you're doing wrong.
But you know what it was with the beans? It wasn't that. She put, I guess certain beans and stuff can accumulate on the top and it can clog a valve. And that's what happened. The valve got clogged. So the pressure just kept building and building, and that shit literally levitated and exploded.
Oh my gosh. Dang.
I'm seeing it like a cartoon.
Just floating in the air.
Oh my God. You know what? I have to like illustrate this now so you guys can see.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna draw what I say, okay?
Yes, please.
And I'm gonna share it.
Do. All I see is like this, a waterfall going up.
The memory is so ingrained in my brain that I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah. What kind of beans? Do you remember what kind of beans they were?
Yeah. I don't know if every Spanish culture calls them. They call chicharos. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
That's like a split pea, like a green pea, like a split pea type of bean.
Okay.
Kind of like that. I don't know. My mom called it those. I don't know if that's every culture, but yeah, it was one of those. Apparently, you can't put those in there because they blow up.
Have you eaten them since then, or is it like I never will touch them?
I actually hate those beans. Never liked them ever.
You have a legitimate excuse.
And I'm sure watching
I'm like, yeah, no, we're
over the
not.
ceiling with your help either.
No, I've never liked those beans ever. So she used to make it like for my brother and my dad and herself, and I'm like, yeah, no, we're not eating those. So especially not now.
No.
Actually, I refuse to make any type of beans or anything in a pressure pot. I like the slow cook method, like cook it for like 2-3 hours. Like that's my thing.
Yeah.
Me too.
It tastes better.
I agree.
Yeah.
Squirrels
My
and
thing
beans.
is, I mean, I'm Cuban, but of course, black beans are my thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's just a culture thing. I grew up eating black beans, so mostly.
Yeah.
With black beans, yeah.
With what?
Like that's just my culture, I guess. We were mostly eating black beans. We eat red and pink and all this, but mostly it was black.
Yeah. I think my favorite right now are Peruvian.
Never tried those.
They're kind of like pinto, but a little bit lighter.
They're good?
Yeah.
I have to try that. Yeah, freaking squirrels and bees. I know, I have so many traumatic stories. It's sad. But that's probably why I'm so crazy. And I do all these crazy
Oh my
things.
gosh. Yeah.
It's like suppressed memories coming out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Any news stories?
Nothing like wild like that I can think of. I mean, there's always a story with me. There's always something going on. But no, at the moment, nothing wild that I could tell you about. But I'm sure it'll come.
Yeah. I haven't had anything exciting. I had a squirrel here on this tree right there, actually, chomping on some pizza.
Oh, nice.
I was like, where did you find that? And he's just eating it.
Jesus. Yeah, he's like, what? It's not a big deal.
I think that squirrel is like on the wrong coast eating pizza.
He traveled.
Right? He's like, you okay?
Like, yeah, I'm just chomping here eating some pizza in California. No big deal.
Yeah. And actually, we had a situation the weekend before. My daughter found a finch, and its wing was broken, and I guess he was there for a while. He was flapping around, and we never, like, you've talked about being an admirer of birds and nature and watching, and I've never really, I mean, it's like, yeah, I'll see, oh, that one's pretty, oh, that one's different, but I've never really thought past that until I had his little body, because she found him and he was completely dehydrated. He was, I guess, flapping around on the ground for a while, and so we had to like hold him a certain way, and it's like just their little bodies, their little skull. It was just amazing to see him up close. And so I washed him down because his eyes were like closing on him from just, I don't know how many hours he was out there, but I felt so bad.
Right.
Washed him down. We took care of him. We put him in a box and then transported him to a wildlife center. And it's like that made me appreciate them more. I mean, the girls are like, we need birds now. And I'm like,
yeah. You know,
let's go stand outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would love, you know, it's weird. I love birds so much. I don't know. I've talked to you about it before, but I feel so bad keeping a bird as a pet because I feel like they're not free. That's why I won't have one. I feel like if I have a bird, it has to be free, or else I can't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I feel bad. So.
Yeah. And then it's like, you think about how they go, you know, they migrate all over. And it's like, when we were holding him, I'm like, imagine if this guy, because I wanted to look at where his migration route was, because I guess they were something, I don't remember what kind of finch, but he has red.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he's red and brown. But at first I thought it was a hummingbird, like a brown hummingbird with red marks. That's what he looked like. But bird brains. Sorry, I'm trying to, we're missing comments. But it's like Hatching. Ghost Fox says we should all watch Hatching. Saw it last night. So creepy.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm interested.
Yeah,
I'm making a note now.
Yeah, all right.
I always love recommendations. Yeah, anytime people have recommendations, send them our ways.
Yes, always.
Yeah. What do you normally, I forgot the direction I was going. I'm transitioning also. What do
No
you
worries.
normally watch or listen to when you're working? Or what do you normally do? What does that look like?
A lot of times if there's like news stuff going on, something I'll just kind of listen to it in the background. But usually it's like a movie or something I've already seen, or true crime stuff like podcasts, stuff, things like that. And then yeah, I'm into that. I like
Us
that.
too.
And then if I'm feeling like extra hyper, usually it's like music, like just to kind of like channel that energy, kind of. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it depends on the day, I guess. If I'm usually kind of like, I just want to chill, I'll just listen to some type of podcast or something like that, or
Yeah.
yeah, put the TV in the background, even if it's just noise, just so I
Yeah.
can hear something. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, same
yeah,
here.
yeah. It depends. I mean,
Mhm.
when I'm home alone, like when my kids in school and my husband's at work, yeah, I'll just put on either music or yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, usually later at night, it's a podcast kind of time, like true crime stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one
Do you
too. It's
have
like,
a particular podcast that you like to listen to?
No, I just kind of look around, see what I find. I watch I'll even put like Dateline on TV. I'll just listen to it.
oh, that's one too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's so many
Mhm.
episodes.
It's constantly on, so I'm like, all right, just leave it on, just kind of hear it. Sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. Yeah. It's just more like that background noise. I need some type. I can't be working in silence at all. It drives me crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like when
Yeah.
my husband works from home, like he'll be behind me, like he sits like right back there. So,
Mhm.
if he's not talking to me and it's too quiet, I'm like, oh my God, please say something or let me say something. It's too quiet.
Oh my gosh, Jalen, you can never know too many murder methods.
Listen, it's true. Listen,
I
I
know.
feel like
I
I'm
am
a
skilled at
detective.
hiding a knife.
Yeah,
I could be a lawyer right now. I could be a detective. I could be so many things.
right?
I mean, like a forensic investigator.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're specialists now.
Oh man. Yeah, totally. We can solve any crime.
Yeah.
I was like,
my
oh yeah, I
gosh.
do it.
I mean,
The boyfriend.
we are women too, so we're already FBI agents.
That's true.
And we're Spanish women on top of that.
That's true. Even worse.
Yes. Even
We're ready.
worse.
We can't help ourselves.
You need to find somebody, we can do it.
Mhm.
We got you.
Yeah. Oh my
Man,
gosh.
that should be a thing.
We'll start our own agency.
Yeah.
Let's do
They
it.
have to be Latin women, all of them, because we investigate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, A-Bug, I didn't know that he
We can
studied
find
forensic.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Oh. I
Yeah, that's
studied
pretty
forensics.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Be interesting to hear more what that was like. Never have I ever kept a murder kit in my trunk. I hope you're not murdering birds, okay?
Yeah, as long as you're not
That's
murdering
it.
birds.
We're gonna ban you, murder bird.
Yeah.
Not the
No,
birds, okay?
no birds, please. Don't hurt them. The squirrels I'm okay with.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
I kept a
squirrel.
baseball bat in my for the longest time.
Oh, yeah, you had a baseball bat in the car?
Yeah, because I travel a lot by myself, and I used to go like wherever the road took me, like hours and hours away, and I'd be by myself, so I always had this baseball bat in the trunk.
Did you just like to drive and to see what you find, kind of thing? Is that what you did, or?
That, or I would like end up at some con somewhere, supporting somebody somewhere else, like vacations. Like I drove up to Boston, drove down to Atlantic City, Pennsylvania all the time, whatever. New York constantly.
Right.
I think I'd want to take a note from Skidoots and just get me a taser.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I know they're illegal here, but I don't care. I'd rather get arrested than get killed. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, all right, you're gonna arrest me for having a taser? Fine.
Police
Arrest me.
grade pepper spray.
What?
I've tried to get some police grade pepper spray
Mm-hmm.
because my dad was a cop for the longest time, so I kept bugging him about it and then just never able to get some.
Mm.
You can find a way.
I'm sure I could.
Yeah. Yeah, mace would be good to
I don't want to
carry
hit the
too.
black market yet.
Not
Not
yet, not
yet.
yet,
Not yet.
not yet.
Yeah,
It's a little
good
shady.
call.
Maybe there's like a
I'll find
DIY.
some smart to get for real.
Yeah.
Maybe you can DIY your mace somehow.
A pressure pot of it.
Right? Like I'm gonna fill up like I don't know, like grab like a bunch of super soakers and just put something in them, just carry them around.
Yeah, see? That would probably work too.
That probably would work.
Damn, some of those Nerf guns fucking hurt. So imagine being
Hell yeah.
blasted with cayenne or habanero.
Yeah.
Those fucking
Right in the
chips.
face.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Those chips, the one chip challenge.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just lace it up with
Oh,
that.
if you put it in a paintball,
Yes, paintball
fill it up
hurts.
like a liquid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It would
Okay, so we're gonna
hurt
have
and
two
hurt.
services, guys. We're gonna have the mace Nerf guns and the forensic.
Yeah, we got a whole business going.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Oh my
forget about the
gosh.
art stuff. We're just gonna do all this
Yeah.
instead.
The art stuff is for the downtime.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's when we want to like chill and mellow out.
Exactly. We gotta balance, you guys.
Come on, we need balance.
Yeah.
Oh, A Boogie says he buys police spray in Philly, so I guess we're all going to Philly.
Oh.
All right.
And next time, bring us some. Hey,
No, for
Boogie.
real.
It,
That
Yeah, I
mace.
didn't even catch that. Yeah.
I lost nose a guy.
Oh, is it a boogie?
I don't know. It might be red.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I didn't realize the time. We're a little bit over. I
Oh.
know we started a little late, but I wanted to see, to wrap it up, if there's anything else that you want to share with us that you might have in the works or coming up, or anything that you wanted to highlight.
Let's see. As I told you, like I've been like beyond swamped with stuff. So it was just a list of commissions and stuff I was working on. But let's see. So I got this one that I'm painting today. I was sculpting the
Oh,
spray can.
nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was doing this one. So I'm painting him today. This
Nice.
is for Sauce Drops. I believe he has a
Mhm.
show coming up. Like, so I have to really finish this today. I'm a little bit behind. We're gonna release more of the ampersands that my husband and I are working on soon. So that'll be a refresh soon. And I just have like a lot of custom stuff going on right now at the moment. So it's just haven't really gotten to it yet, but it's there. So yeah, unfortunately, not too much to highlight at the moment. So
Yeah, so lots going on, and everybody
Yeah.
has to stay tuned. Are you
Yeah.
open to commissions currently? Do you wait it, or like if somebody's
waitlisted at the
interested in
moment.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I am, but it's just right now, no, because it's just so much going on.
Okay.
So, and
But I
have
mean,
to
if they
really-
wanted to reach out, they could
Sure.
still, and you
Sure,
can
yeah.
give them a timeline. Okay.
Oh yeah, you can reach out and ask and see, but I will probably limit those commissions too, especially right now if I decide to do 5 points, if I get a spot. So then I'll definitely be like, yeah, it can't happen right now. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
always
sense.
open to hearing it if somebody wants to like reach out. Yeah. And I also
Yeah.
want to like focus on my
Oh,
shop.
we didn't
so-
talk about your block party pieces like A Boogie mentioned.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh,
Oh my
thank you.
gosh.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that was
Oh
fun.
my gosh, I loved it. Yeah.
I saw yours in person. I didn't even realize it was you right away. And then I was like, this is really cool. What is this? And it was yours. And I was like, I like it. Yeah.
Oh,
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the show's in Brooklyn, which is like 20 minutes from us here. So I was like, all right, yeah, let's go by and check it out. Why not? Right. So,
Oh, that's awesome. You got to
Yeah,
see all of
thank
the
you.
pieces in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're really, man, pictures, video don't do them justice. Like a lot of these pieces were so nice and so clean. And I was like, wow, how?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time. It's like we see it clearly, like we can kind of figure out, right, our layers or how we're doing. But then you look at somebody else's, yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
how did you, like yours, I'm like, where did this start?
Yeah.
How
Well,
did-
right.
like,
You
trying
look at
to-
that and you think I'm crazy, right? Like it's all psychedelic, weird stuff. And
Yes, I
know.
love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's crazy. I love the crazy.
But it looks like
many
something
times
that
did
would
you
be
do
on
it?
an actual wall.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I actually, when I did it, I pictured like, okay, if I was really gonna be hired to do something like this, like what would I do? Like, and that's kind of where I took it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
You know if your piece is sold?
It did. It did sell. It actually sold when I was there, which was crazy. So thank you.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. It was cool. It was yeah. I mean, all those pieces were so nice, and especially all together like that. Like there were
I
so much
know.
talent on one wall. It was crazy.
Do you know how many pieces there were? Because it looked like so many.
There was a lot. Yeah. There was I mean, 30 probably, maybe even more, to be honest. Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah.
Because there was the whole wall,
Wow.
and then there was a table on the side too that had like five or six of them too. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a lot. It was a
Yeah.
lot. And every piece was unique and different and creative. And some you couldn't even, what was the shame though, the way they had them on the wall, you couldn't see the backs. A lot of people had backs to them. So, couldn't really
Yeah.
see all of
Oh.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were really nice though.
And you can connect them like you can they're interchangeable, right? Because the ends
Yeah.
come off.
I
So
totally messed up though when I was doing it. I realized that one side was like upside down, so I didn't realize, like, you can't tell, but I could tell when I was painting. I was like, why is this not quite fitting exactly like I wanted to? But I left it because I painted it, and I was like, well, we got a messed up wall here. It's fine.
Well, the actual wall isn't always
That's true.
aligned correctly depending on what it is that you're doing. So
Yeah, you're right. So it worked out.
yeah.
But that goes back to my oops, messed up. Like, let's try to fix this.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that so many times too. Yeah, and I feel like okay, keep moving. Like
Yeah.
how Bob Ross would
Yeah.
always say, happy accidents.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like just own it.
Just own it. Like, all right, well, this happened, so we're gonna fix this. It's gonna be part of it now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've been there so many times. I mean,
add it in.
I've been to the point where I've sent a piece, like there was a piece I did for March and Toys like over 2 years ago, and I remember I was done. I was gonna pack it, and the thing tipped forward, and the tongue broke off.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
shit. I was like, so then I had to go fix that, and yeah. So we have those
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
like I've had pieces break en route because I had gone with a box that wasn't big enough and I condensed it too tight. So it
Tight.
had too
Yeah.
much. Yeah. And
Too much
that's like,
tension in the
that's my
box, I guess.
scariest. Yeah. It's like,
That's a whole nother art form, right? Packing toys to not break.
exactly. Yeah, I learned real
Seriously.
quick.
Well, then if you do 5 points, you'd have to be very, like, you'd have to either carry it with you on the plane or drive here or, like, make sure it's packed tight, like, well.
Ship it beforehand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with cons with me, which I'm scared about, is I have no idea how to even, like, properly prepare for something like that. Like, how do you know how much you need per day kind of thing? Like, that thing throws me off.
Mm.
That's something I got to figure out.
You don't know that until you're actually doing them. And it
Got it.
depends. I feel like it depends on if it's a big show or a smaller show.
Mhm.
Because if it's a show like Decon, you want to have more pieces than you think you would need.
Right.
If it's like a New York Comic Con, it's the same kind of feel, but at the same time, since there's so much going on at New York Comic Con that's outside of the realm of designer toys, you also don't want to overpack yourself and then be stuck with all the stuff that you have to take back home.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
I think that was the
That's good advice.
scariest part. Yeah, I went overboard on Decon,
Mhm.
but it worked out. It could have gone the other way around, and I could have ended up with a car full
Yeah.
of stuff coming home.
That's true. Yeah.
But you played to what it was, like, which was a designer toy.
And it's a big environment. Yeah.
What
had
would
to
you
go
suggest for yeah, what would be your suggestions for 5 points? Like what I don't even know the question I'm trying to ask. Like, how do I pose this?
For 5 points, I feel like you would go a little bit more towards the Decon route because it's more structured for that market.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right, because you're going there
Or
for
design,
toys.
because you'll see artists, you'll see toys, you'll see completely new things that people are coming up with and like wanting to promote for themselves.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Because you're going there specifically to see designer
Right.
toys.
Also, it's a smaller version of Decon. I feel like both smaller version.
Okay.
Good to
So
know.
less customs and
original
original
toy.
toys?
So less customs and original toys. So
So more casting or just like
I know
quantity
what he means.
wise?
More like probably more casting. That's probably what it means. Probably because you know those customs take a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah. I get
Oh,
that.
okay, I understand. Less customs and more original toys.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Priscilla's
200
bringing
pieces.
200.
Yeah. Don't play
That's a
with me,
lot.
murder bird.
Even those, it's 200 little burritos.
Yeah, because I can cast. I mean, the other ones I was painting, right? The other
Mhm.
ones was a lot of customs. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you worked your butt off.
right?
Yeah, but it shows. I mean, the work was amazing. So, and you did so well. So, and especially for
Thank
being your
you.
first time, that was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and your first show ever.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Red
It
says
was
people going there to
exhausting.
see new things. Right. That's another thing, right? You have to like kind of introduce something nobody's seen before to get like the hype going.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, well,
pressure.
I think it's like everybody, I know, no pressure at all. It's like we
Yeah.
each have
Let's
our
just
own
pull it out of the
style.
graphics tree. No big deal. I'm gonna shake this tree. I'm gonna pull a design out of there, and I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah. You know, easy
It's gonna be
peasy.
a squirrel eating a pizza.
Oh, let me tell you. Well, I do have a squirrel concept in the works. So yes, I have to. I hate them so much. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. I can't wait.
yeah, yeah.
It's gonna
there.
be
Just make
zombie
sure
It's
he's
guy.
in
eating.
it's in sketch mode right now. There's not much
Yeah.
to it right now at the moment. So, but it'll get there. I can't promise 5 point situation, but if I do get to do 5 points, like I will definitely bring out the zombie donut because I haven't shown it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So if I do get to do it, I will release it there. Yeah.
What about your ice cream? Was that one that you were working on as well, or was that for a show?
The popsicle.
The
I did
popsicle.
that. I did that for myself originally, right? The first
Yeah.
because when I was first learning how to sculpt, I just put it. I was just showing it on social media, just as I was learning how to sculpt, and then I recreated one for Clutter. It never sold, so I took it back, and I have it in my collection. So maybe in the future, yeah, I'll probably use that platform and make something out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. That one was a little tricky though because I had to figure out like, okay, how do you make like a popsicle stand, like
Oh my
standing?
gosh,
So I
yes.
did like drips to make it stand. Actually, let me show you. Hold on.
That thing was brilliant. I was like, how?
A lot of science and figuring things. I don't know how I did it, to
Yeah,
be honest.
I
Let me
love
see.
it.
Where is it? Oh, it's right in front of me. I have a mess. Oh
I
yeah,
know,
you don't
same
want to see
here.
my mess. This one you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yes. Look at
Yeah.
that. And the
Yeah.
drips.
Yeah, so like I put like steel, like metal rods to kind of mimic the drip to support the thing, and then it kind of created like a base that looked like drips to kind of have it like just standing. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
The only thing I don't love about this was the theme was like I had to do orange. They had did that the rainbow sparkles
Oh,
theme, so I
hmm.
painted them orange. And now that I look at them, I'm like, man, the paint job could have been so much better. So I'm gonna repaint them.
You're gonna repaint him to what
Yeah.
Yeah,
colors
it
are you
kind of makes him
thinking?
look
Yeah, he looks. I don't
like
know. He's flat. He needs light.
the great concept
The
altogether.
concept's there. I just think the color is just blah. So I just need to repaint him. Which, yeah, just do a really good colorway. This was before I knew how to airbrush, so it was all hand painted.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
wait till he's airbrushed. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So now we'll airbrush him. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
We'll revisit him.
Okay, was there anything else that we should cover? We veered off again, guys. Sorry.
That's what we do.
Yes, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we covered everything. Are you working on anything, Priscilla?
Yes, I've got.
Talked all about that.
Huh? What
Is
did you?
that-
I didn't hear.
Also, since we talked all about what Fetch is currently up to.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have anything in my vicinity. I've got a lot of batches of stuff that I've got going on. Um, I didn't get to, I wanted to share the total amount. So, for the autism awareness prints, I'm finishing up packaging them. That took a little bit longer than I anticipated, and then I had some situations, family emergencies that distracted from it. And so those are going out, but I'm hoping to have the dollar amount when I get everybody out, the pieces out. So everybody that's watching, that's waiting on the print, I'm sending them out as soon as possible, and I can have the total amount raised for Autism Speaks once I send them out. Yeah. So, I mean, we were pretty close to the mark. And then I figured out, like, for my shipping cost, I was expecting it to be more than what it came to. So I was like, yes, we were able to find another way to cut down on the costs. So, because I was doing, I think, around 70% of the amount raised, and that extra, or what I took out, was going towards shipping and the supplies. So I brought the shipping number down. So more is going to go to the event, or to the, what is it called? Nonprofit.
Right.
So apart from
That's
that,
great.
I've got a lot of different things. Yeah, nothing ready to show as well. So
Right.
you have
Yeah.
to, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of stuff going on, but I can't show us yet. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Can't wait.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right, ladies. Well, thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you
you, Fetch,
for inviting
for
me.
hanging
Yeah.
out
Thank
with
you guys
us.
for letting me hang out
It's
with you
been
guys.
fun.
Yeah, it was lots of fun. I
Yeah.
look forward to the bean piece and the squirrel piece. Those are going to
Got
be
you.
amazing.
Oh, yes. They're going to be amazing. You'll see. And then you're going to know the backstory. You're going to be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yes. Murder Bird is mentioning the DIY challenge. Aren't there a few? There's the one on, there's a couple on Boozin', right, Yessie?
Man, I have no idea.
There's the with Murder and Astro Boy. That's until the 7th, I think, so the end of this week. And the one with Trash Panda for the Feeding America charity show he's doing is more 10 people are to reach out to him to be able to get the piece for $20, and then is on Boozing in July, I believe it is. Then those pieces are going to be sold on Boozing, 50% towards Feeding America and 50% is going to go to the artist.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's all going to be part of the charity show that he's doing.
That's great.
Yeah, for that one, I can share that I'm going to be doing another makeup look. Super excited. It's going to be another collab with Paparazzi, but nothing else.
Damn it. Well, we can do that.
I know. The theme it's amazing. I'm super excited. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's always good to do stuff for charity, nonprofit things. Like it's always nice. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To be
Definitely.
able to give back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So I think we pretty much covered it all, ladies.
Yeah.
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 So we have
Yeah, and then some. Yeah, and we went over by 20. So thank you. Thank you again for hanging out with us.
Of course. Thank you.
And have a good Sunday.
Thank you. You guys too.
you guys.
Hope
Okay.
everybody has a good day.
Yeah, have a good day, everybody.
Good day.
Thank you again for hanging out with us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.